Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. It's Chills, back at it with another Nades for Noobs video, a series where I teach you guys a nades to help you graduate from being a noob in Battalion 1944. This edition, as you guys can see, is Vanguard. Okay. Vanguard gets a lot of slack in the community. I don't really understand it. I think it's a good map. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding from the community. Maybe they just have to learn to accept it and learn it and get good at it. Get good. And maybe you'll learn to actually like the map, because I don't think it's a bad map. I think it's a map that requires utility, which a lot of people in pugs don't really do very well. And it also requires teamwork and map control. So again, something that people in pugs don't really do very well. So maybe you guys just have to get good and learn the map, and you'll begin to like it. Alright, that aside though, I wish this map got a little bit more love, but here we go. Nades for Noobs on Vanguard, offensive nades. We're going to be going over A, mid, and B. Okay, and that's how we're going to do it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so for A, we're going to be going over a car nade, a stairs nade, a sight nade, a stairs smoke, and a lurk smoke. So let's get into it. First of all, we're going to start out with the car nade. The nades on this map are pretty difficult to throw, so you're not going to be able to take what you learn in this video and go straight into a pug and throw it right away and be 100% accurate. You're going to want to go into a server and practice these nades because they're difficult. They're not easy nades to throw. Even I misthrow them quite often. You have to learn them, get good at them, practice them, and your percentage of success will go up afterwards. So with that being said, let's start out with the car nade. So what you're gonna want to do here is you're gonna want to start throwing your nade before you round this corner, okay? And you're gonna want to look up at this round thing and throw it over the center. So it's gonna look something like this, and do a sprint jump throw. That wasn't the best one ever, but if you throw it a little bit more to the right, just like that, that's gonna blow up behind car. Pretty hard nade to throw. Again, you're gonna have to practice it. So moving over to the stairs nade. For the stairs nade, again, this one's difficult. When you start throwing your nades, you want to make sure that you're only holding W, because if you're holding A or D and you're strafing side to side, it's going to throw off your trajectory and your nade's not going to land where you want it to. So make sure you're only holding W and looking where you want to throw your nade, so it's accurate. So for the stairs nade, you're going to want to use this plain engine for reference. Run down the left side of the engine and start throwing your nade at the end. And you're going to want to look up at this little black rectangle on the corner of the building and aim like in the center to the left. So it's going to look something like this. Running jump throw. That'll bounce just like that. Kill anybody holding the headshot angle. Okay, for the next... this is going to be smokes now. When the enemies go A, they're going to have to smoke their cross. So if they're doing that, you're safe to throw. If they're not smoking their cross, you're going to want to have a teammate throw a smoke like right around mid trolley for you. Something like that. Just so you have coverage. So for the stairs smoke, you're going to line yourself up in the middle of the Jeep, and you're going to want to throw it over top of the ledge right here. Just like that. It's a sprint throw just over the top of that ledge, and it'll land right on top of the stairs just like that. Okay, that'll block off vision from that guy holding that headshot angle. So you throw that smoke. You're gonna want somebody on your team, when you're executing, to throw a lurk smoke just like this. Just throw literally a smoke, you know, straight out right out those doors, so you have the two smokes paired up. If that player on stairs gets smoked off, he can't drop down the doors and just take you guys out anyway. So you're going to pair it up with those two smokes. And then if you pair up those two smokes with this sight nade, you come to the corner as you're executing, running into the site. You look at the flag and do a sprint throw. That'll bounce off the door and kill anybody playing headshot. So that guy rotating into the site from being smoked off of stairs, right? So he'll rotate into sight and he'll probably play this headshot angle, and then you nade it. So he's going to either have to tank the nade or try and get a kill before he dies, or he'll rotate all for that. And by the time he's rotating all for the headshot angle, you guys are going to be up the stairs and he's going to be out in the wide open for you to frag him. So a really good nade combo to throw. Moving over to mid. For mid, we're going to be going over a headshot nade, a lower mid house nade, and a B alley nade. So for those three, I start out with the B alley nade. So if you want to throw this B alley nade trying to kill anybody rotating into the B site off spawn, you come through here, and as soon as you get into this little divot, this little drop into the ground, that's when you want to start throwing your nade. You're going to want to look up and throw over top of the divot in the roof. Maybe a little bit more to the left of that divot. Perfect. So instead of aiming right in the center of that divot, you're going to want to aim to the left. Just like that. So let me just throw it again. Perfect. So that'll kill anybody going to the ladder. Sometimes it bounces and lands right at the door. Perfect nade for anybody trying to get into the B site right there. Now rotating over to the headshot nade. The headshot and the lower mid nade are going to be thrown from the same spot. So you want to use this plain wing as a reference. We want to start throwing once you make contact with the wing. And for the headshot nade, you want to throw it over top of this pillar in the house, right over top of the center. And this is where you want to make sure you're not strafing when you're throwing. You want to hold that W key and make sure you actually throw it right, just like that. That'll bounce right there and blow up right at headshot. That nade's pretty difficult. It's going to take a couple tries to get right. So again, make sure you guys are going into your server practicing these nades. For the lower mid nade, it's maybe not going to kill him 100% of the time, but it will do damage to him 100% of the time. So if you have teammates going into lower mid, they're going to have a huge advantage because the players going into lower mid from the other side are going to tank this nade and they're going to be 1 HP. So your teammates are going to get that frag every single time. So to throw this nade, you want to start at the same spot, but aim at the divot in the roof instead of the pillar. Throw it over top, just like the other nade. It'll bounce off that pillar and land right next to the doorway. So they're going to tank that nade. It's either going to kill him or, you know, it's going to bring him down to 1 HP and your teammates can clean him up. So that's a pretty solid nade to throw as well. So that's all for the mid nades. Moving over to B now. So for B, we're going to be learning an upper balcony nade. 2 upper balcony nades, actually. A heaven nade, a heaven smoke, and a mini nade. So to learn those, this is one of the balcony nades. So you want to come and lock yourself inside of this crate, aim at this cloud in the sky right here, and you want to aim at the top and just throw. That'll bounce off the roof and land right on the balcony, killing anybody holding that angle looking into B long from window. And going over here to learn the other balcony nade. This is one I really actually like. So you want to get yourself stuck on top of the bus fender. You're pretty much head height with the red light on the bus here. You're gonna want to look up and there's this little divot in the cloud right here. Take your bottom grenade crosshair and put it right inside that divot and throw. That's never happened before. Go again. There we go. Interesting. Bounce right in there. Anybody hugging that corner right there is gonna die. Moving over to the heaven smoke and nade. I actually know another mini. Oh yeah, I forgot the guy. So anyway, falling back to the top mini nade. A lot of people call this hut. A lot of people call this mini. We'll call that top hut because that's what I like to call it. So a top hut nade. Come to the tank where the cross is. Put your bottom grenade crosshair in the little divot in this cloud right here. Put your bottom grenade crosshair right inside of it and throw. It'll bounce twice and land right on top of hut, killing the enemy there 100% of the time. Now rotating over to here for the heaven nade and smoke. So this is something that I don't see a lot of people throw, even at the highest level of play. And this is obviously a really strong smoke and nade to throw. So if you want to nade or smoke heaven, you come to the corner at these boxes, You see this cloud in the sky right here. There's a little piece of cloud sticking out. You're going to want to aim just above that tip and just do a walk throw. Just like that. That'll smoke and nade heaven every single time. Okay. Now, if you want to nade it, it's the same thing. Just aim at the same spot and do a walk throw. The nade is kind of wonky. It's not really consistent because sometimes it'll bounce through the rafter like that. The railing, rather. And, you know, it won't get the kill. But if you aim a little bit more to the left, it maybe... There you go. It'll land on top of the balcony, killing anybody playing that position. And now, if you want to throw a nade combo from this spot as well, say if you want to smoke off upper heaven, and you also want to nade hut, you can nade hut from the same spot as well. So if you look at the sky right here, there's a little circle of the sky opening right here, and at the bottom you'll see a little cloud. It's pretty faded, but you'll see a little cloud like a hook coming down underneath. You want to take your bottom grenade crosshair and put it right at the end of that cloud and throw. That'll bounce off the roof, blow up right at hut, killing anybody there, and you can pair it up with the heaven smoke. Again, walk throw. The deadly combo. So you don't even need... One person can throw a full B execute onto B. Heaven smoke, hut nade, easy execute. And that's pretty much it for all the nades and smokes on this map that I know personally. If you guys know any nades or smokes that I did not cover, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you liked it, make sure you put a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And that's all for me, boys and girls. Go in Vanguard and play some pugs. Get good at the map because it's a good map. That's all I have to say for that. Anyway, until next time, guys, have a good one. Peace.